Hello there and welcome to Sacred Symposium. I'm going to do a video today for my YouTube channel, and it's usually either mediumship or channeling. I have a sense today it might be mediumship because I just feel like I want to sit and do some communication with someone rather than just sit back and channel, which I often find is quite an easy option for me. Now, sometimes there's a certain lack of responsibility, but certain freedom in just allowing words to come through, and you don't know where it's going to go or how it's going to look, so you just let it happen. Some sage, clear the space, clear the energy. I've opened up my energy, I've grounded, I've protected. Vital steps if you're going to do any spiritual work. What was I saying? So I think that yes, there's a freedom with channeling where you just let go, and then there's a little bit of responsibility when you're doing mediumship because you're trying to convey the message. So I'm just going to get my guides to open the door to spirit now. And we'll just set out some seats, so whoever wants to come in and join us is welcome for this moment, for this gathering. And I'm looking around just so you know what it's like. I've got my little stone in my hand to help with communication. Blue is the colour of communication. The throat, speaking, expressing, singing, chanting, but also listening. There's a newborn downstairs, so I'm trying not to be too loud. Okay, so there is a scene that I'm being shown. It's quite an old-fashioned scene. It is like someone on the railway tracks. It is more Irish rather than African American. They seem to be classic Irish with, they came out in suits, didn't they? They had blazers with a peak cap. So it's a very classic old image. I'm also being brought to that classic old photograph of New York. I don't know if it's real or if it's fake, but you just see the guys sitting along the metal, what would you call it? Scaffolding? It's not scaffolding, no, it was metalworks. That's what I'm getting, metalworks. Having their lunch, having their sandwiches with the big caps. So there's definitely the person who's here was manual labour, did some time on the railway lines. It's almost like there's a link to Georgie Best as well. So Georgie Best has come in before, and I'm just getting that this man in some way is linked to Georgie Best. I'm not seeing them as the same person. I don't know what Georgie did before football, but it's almost, I'm wondering, was it his grandfather maybe, or an uncle? I'm seeing that, a classic packed lunch, like back in the day, a sandwich wrapped in greaseproof paper, a flask. Very much reminiscent of the bog in Ireland, so people would go to the bog to cut the turf. So there seemed to be a similar long hours, early up, break for lunch, physical labour, strong men, because they had pickaxes, I'm seeing. And there's a sense of like I'm being shown countryside and like wildflowers and maybe kicking back with their hands behind their heads and their legs crossed in front of them, and just taking in their break time. Probably a different part of the countryside that they wouldn't be used to seeing. I feel like they lived in cities or towns which, was it post-war or was it before war? But, not very sanitary conditions. So there was actually some joy in being outside in the open, doing a bit of manual labour, satisfaction of that. And then maybe their only moments of joy was just looking at the sky, getting some sunshine. Kind of reminds me of that Shawshank Redemption, that moment where they went on the roof after they tarred everything. Did they tar things? Tarred the roof, I think. And they cracked open a beer, and it was just like a moment. Something about shelving or shelved. Now, I don't know who this person is, so can you give us a quick message and then we'll see who else wants to come forward. Sorry, that was the sofa. It's like you gotta be determined, like you gotta work at something. You gotta put your all in. You don't know what tomorrow's gonna bring. It's like you might get blisters on your hands from the work. But you're actually learning. So every time you put in an hour of work into something, you're learning something. So you're more afterwards. And just as myself coming in, it's like as a practitioner, the more treatments you do, the more you experience how it is for you, how it is for them, what results you can get, what they like about it, what they don't like about it. So you learn, and that makes you really finely tuned when it comes to certain things. And I'm thinking of a yoga teacher who will get their certificate, and then after their first class they can be a bit nervous and not really know, and maybe after a few classes they still might mess up their scheme. They've got a certain amount of exercises they want to get through, poses they want to, and then go, oh no, sorry, I forgot that. Or I've been to classes, is it the left or is it the right? Did we do the right already? It's kind of that. But the more and more you do it, the more refined you get, the more you have a strategy or a way to present or a way to deliver, because it's so in you. So this might be somebody you might have an uncle or a grandfather who helped build the railways. It seems more outside of town. It doesn't seem like the underground. It doesn't seem underground, it seems more outside of town. So maybe the overground railways, overground stations, could be London. Might be more Midlands. Is it Ireland or England? It's England. Because a lot of people came over, so it seems to be an Irish person, but came over to England to work. And I'm getting like the whole alcohol vibe as well, that there would have been heavyish drinking. Not necessarily like 20 pints, but maybe there'll be a bit of whiskey. Like in the evenings afterwards. Coping mechanism. And I'm just being reminded now, he seemed like they were devoted to it. This is what they did, it's how they earned. But he's also reminding me that every time you're on a train, just think on the people who laid the tracks. And that's coming in as a metaphor as well. think of the people who laid the tracks before you, but also think of the tracks you're laying down for those coming after you. That's quite beautiful. He's going to see I'm wise, not just wily. Because there wouldn't have been a high level of education for this gentleman. But life taught him a lot. He was an absorber, he soaked it up. And also an observer. I'm seeing him watch people, watch how they spoke to each other, watch what they said, and he would take a lot of it in. So maybe, a more observational type of character rather than the life and soul of a party type energy. He seems more subdued. And I'm getting thankful, so there's a certain level of thanks, but also it was hard, it was like, well, should he be grateful? And now he's telling me about an injury. It's like an injury to his foot, which may have stopped his work. And that's where maybe the drinking got heavy. And an infection as well. Thank you, sir, for coming in. That was before I go. They always come in and compliment me, says you're doing a great job. Oh, he's like a fast track. He's thinking like, I'm hoping to come back. Because he's got to say, next time you'll have the robots laying the track. He won't have to do it. Next time he might drive a train, or he probably won't need drivers. Or maybe he'll just travel. He'll just travel on the tracks as opposed to laying them down next time. So I think there's this role reversal. He's done that bit, now he wants to come and actually enjoy. Bless you, sir, for coming through. Matt, I'm getting the name Matt as well. Matt Johnson. I'll have to look that up. Let's see if there's anybody else here. Anyone else want to come in? I'm sure Matthew Perry is around as well. Again, I've done him several times through Mediumship. There may be something in the news. Usually if he pops in, it's because something in the news has come up about him or what happened to him. He's coming in, he's a little bit confused, he's kind of wrapped up in his head, he's kind of lost his train of thought. It was like he was doing stuff, and I've called him. He says it's not that he didn't want to come through, he just wasn't quite ready. Kind of getting that Chandler, could I be any something. And he's kind of doing that because he goes, oh, there she goes off about Chandler again. He's just kind of saying like there's more to him than that. And it's important for us who love people who are on screen and we see them a certain way and they're presented a certain way, that we also understand that there is a human being there with a human life, human destruction, human love, human success, human failures. It is just a character they're playing. So it's almost, if you can get that out of your head, that you all love that character, and maybe expand into really understanding the person. And he said it doesn't help that people do play characters and people stay in rolls. Oh, my phone, bear with. Sorry about that. And it's just on my phone, and on the computer it is now 333. Okay, I'm not sure if it is Matthew who wants to give us something. Is there anyone else who's around who wants to come in? It's like Matthew has like books and folders. It's like he's going through books and folders. It's almost like a director would, with lots of scripts and info and preparation for something. It's like, you get ready. And now I'm kind of seeing him evolve. He's kind of dropped all of that normalness and seeing him evolved into like white robes, but luminous, and all I'm seeing is the blue eyes. Oh, so he might not be back so much. I think maybe he's just coming in to say he's moving on. Okay, thank you for coming previously, and good luck on the next phase. And he says he might be back, but not with the same energy. He's dropping that energy. Oh, he's managed to heal. Paul Newman did he ever meet Paul Newman? And Robert Redford. I'm seeing both of them now. And Charlie Chaplin. Okay, I think it's just they're getting used to my energy, and it's unfortunate for you because there's a lot of quiet bits in this, whereas I'm just trying to see who's gathering and work out why and get them to communicate with me. But it means that I'm listening a lot and I'm watching. Robert Redford's coming forward now, and he's showing me something. It's like in a box. So, someone would have a watch or something, but it's almost like a medal, or like a colourful watch, or it's something in a box it's more colourful than a silver watch or a gold watch. It's almost like got reds, and so I don't know if it's a medal. Was he in the army? Did he get a medal for anything? Now show me a big glass of milk. Now show me dancing. Not ballroom dancing, but more kind of country dancing, but not. It's almost like dum da dum da dum da dum da dum da dum. Which is kind of Charlie Chaplin-esque, isn't it? It's like Paul Newman's just sitting in the background smoking, being chill. Why am I seeing this? I'm hearing from here because it is time to bring forward their messages one by one. To establish a growing connection to souls who have passed. This doesn't have to be dreadful or sad. It can be it will be interesting and fun and explorative. Imagine a room full of spiritual guests. Now that's a panel show. We want to attend. That is enough for now, thank you. Okay? So we might have a panel show. We might have to set up a different YouTube for a panel show with some celebrities. I'm going to Google some of that now. So thank you for watching. If I post it, blessings to you all, and yeah, let's see what comes up in the news. See how these people mentioned. And if you know that Matt Johnson, let me know. Take care. Bye.